Hello and welcome to the Illinois Association of Park Districts Parkcast. I'm Wayne Utterback, Director of Communications and Digital Content. And today I'm really pleased to be joined by Maryfran Leno, Commissioner of the Arlington Heights Park District. This year at the Soaring New Heights Conference, Maryfran was the recipient of the Mike Cassidy Commissioner Community Service Award, and I'm pleased to have her join me here today for our podcast. Thank you so much, Maryfran, for taking some time out of your day to sit and talk with me.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm very excited. And, this has been it was a great conference and I was completely shocked. So I'm more than willing to be here with you today.
Now, that was going to be my first question. So you had no idea that you were going to be getting your name called and going up on stage, did you?
I had no idea. On that day, I think I said 4 different times how speechless that I was. And my staff at Arlington and my staff at Itasca all knew and were in cahoots on it. So along with other people, so they pulled that one over on me. Very surprised and shocked.
I remember you had helped nominate somebody for an award, correct?
I did. My recreation supervisor won the IAPD Young Professional of the Year award. So it was very exciting. And I thought, I did keep it a secret from her as well. So it was very, very fun to see her up there and win that award, being an up and comer in the field.
How does that feel, seeing, somebody that's up and coming, but then also you receiving an award at this, the same event? What did you guys talk afterwards and kind of
Yes, it was a lot of fun. And she was telling me how that was one of her, not bucket list, but she had seen that award, be won for so many years. I won that award many moons ago in 2004. So it was great. Afterwards, we had a little joint celebration with both of our staffs and both of our districts. And it was just great. It's always wonderful to be a mentor to somebody, and it was very humbling. So we were both very excited.
Now, what was your overall experience of the conference this year? We were back in person, so that was different from the previous year where we were virtual. What did it feel like to get back in there and get to see people again?
Oh, it was awesome. I know every year myself and a couple other directors, we also present at the conference, and last year it was a virtual. And it was just so different. And it was just so fun to see people, to give people hugs with masks on, of course. And it's just such a difference, even just when you communicate, you can see their whole face, the masks are off, and it's just such a difference when you're being in person than doing everything virtually. I had attended the NRPA conference as well in person and back in September. And so that was a great feeling that, okay, I think things are going to start to go back to normal. And I mean, there were a lot of people that didn't come, understandably, but I'm hoping that by next year, maybe it'll be completely back to normal, or whatever the new normal is going to be.
Now, going back to the award, what does winning this award do for you? Does it motivate you? Does it give you an added push to keep doing what you're doing? Does it change anything? Can you just run me through what does it do for you personally?
Personally, I think it was fun to be recognized for not just my work being a commissioner, but all the volunteer work that I've done over the years for the Arlington Heights community. And I don't do it for any accolades. I don't think anyone does that. I do it just to give back to the place where I've lived all of my life. And, in different areas, whether it was the church or the high school or St. James, working with Salute on top of the park district. It was a lot of fun to see that people notice and to know that I'm making a difference. And if anything, a little bit motivation to continue to do those things or evolve. My youngest only has 1 more year at Hersey High School, and I've been volunteering there for 13 years. So what will be my next thing once that last one graduates? And what more can I maybe even do as a commissioner working with IAPD, would be an additional goal in the future. but it just was a great culmination. It was very humbling, did not expect it. And there are so many worthy people, so many volunteers out there that it was a great feeling, and almost like an additional push, like, okay, I've got some more in me. There's more to do.
Now you're talking about wearing many hats. Obviously, commissioners and people in the parks and recreation field have to wear many hats. There's just so much that park districts and forest preserves and conservation and recreation and special recreation agencies do on a daily basis. I don't think any day is ever the same. What do you do to focus and prioritize on the tasks that are most important for you in your position?
Mm. Well, that's a good one. And everyone asks me, why do you want to do all these things? Why do you do both? How do you separate them? Um, Anyone that knows me knows I'm a fast-paced, speeding bullet. I like to get things done. I make lists, I check them off. Last night we had a 3-hour Arlington Heights Park Board meeting where we were talking about our future and working with our director that's been there 2 years. And I had my hat on there. And now this morning I'm back into work, and I'm talking about new staff that I'm having to hire and the new one that started yesterday. So I'm a big taskmaster, making lists, going through things. And there are a lot of things that I don't like to do. I mean, who likes to do paperwork or push that to the side? I like to do things that are going to affect the community, that are big things. We just finished building a new $4 million bathhouse in Itasca that replaced a 50-year-old one. And I'm like, we're going to wow everybody, make everybody happy. So those things that are tangible. And the same thing in Arlington Heights. There are certain things that, kind of the non-sexy things that we have to do, but it is so much fun, and we want to put at the top of how can we make the biggest impact. And I think those are the things that I spend most of my time on, is what are the things that are going to be most impactful to, whether you're a community member, you're a business, you're a child, you're a senior, whether it's in my paying job or my elected official job, how can we make that? And those are my top priorities.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned both in your paying job and your job as an elected official. What would you tell somebody who's thinking about entering the world of parks and recreation, either as a professional or as an official?
Well, as an elected official, I personally feel that being a park board commissioner is the best type of elected official there is to be. I would not want to be a school board or, the village. We look at them, and their jobs are just as hard as ours as elected officials, but it just seems that park district elected officials are fun. We get to do all the fun things, like let's build a new rec center, let's put out an ice rink, let's redo the museum. They're things that are fun and exciting majority of the time. And I think it's a great way to give back to the community, because all of us have a different view on what recreation is. Some people, it's a museum. Some people, it's hockey. Some people, it's preschool or swimming or tennis, reading a book. So I really feel that anybody that has a big picture and can keep it as a big picture would be a great elected official that wants to give back to their community. Those going into the field of Parks and Rec as a staff member, I think it's awesome. I do not have a Parks and Recs degree, actually. I have always worked for the Park District since I was 16 in Arlington Heights, and I started with Itasca 28 years ago. And I realized when I had gotten my regular full-time job out of college that I hated it, and I wanted to get and work for a park district. That was my passion, to give back. And it's a great field. Yes, you put in a lot of hours. It's not a 9 to 5. It's 7 days a week. It's smiling and talking to people and hoping they can't read what's going on inside your head sometimes. But it really is, it's awesome. I love it. And I wish more people would go into parks and recreation. And there's so many different facets. It can be marketing, it can be finance, it can be in programming. And it is a great way to give back to a community and also get paid at the same time. I really don't feel like it is a job. As I mentioned, I've been here almost 28 years, and it has flown by. And I really hope that more young people come into the field. And I also hope that there's more middle management that really think about moving up, as there's a lot of directors retiring, that have retired, that are probably going to retire. And with COVID, there's a lot of staff that have been let go. So I hope that people are continuing to work on themselves and wanting to move up and take over these upper level positions and work hand in hand with the elected officials.
All right, excellent. Well, I appreciate your perspective on all of that. It was fantastic seeing you win the award at the Soaring to New Heights conference, and I congratulate you again. And thank you so much for taking just some time out of your day, Maryfran, to just go through what the award meant to you and just giving us a little bit more insight on your day-to-day life as wearing multiple hats. So thank you so much, Maryfran. I appreciate it.
Great. Thank you so much, Wayne. Once again, I'd like to thank, IAPD for, giving me this award, and it's very humbling, and I really enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to continuing to do work with IAPD and IPRA in the future.
All right, excellent. Looking forward to seeing what else you do, Maryfran.
Thanks, Wayne.
All right, thank you.